Welcome back to Following Note on a Stormlight podcast. This week, or this video, is a special video. It might be our 700 subscriber special. It might come out before that. I don't know. If we don't have 700 subscribers yet, this came out early.
That'd be really awkward.
It would be slightly awkward, especially if I put it in the title or something.
If you're watching this for our 700 subscriber special and we don't have 700 subscribers, please fill in the gap, please.
Don't forget to like and
Don't
subscribe,
make it
everybody.
awkward.
Joining us today, along with Elliot and Paul as always, is Ranks. He's been on the podcast a couple times, but today he is live with us and able to join for our recording instead of submitting a recording ahead of time. Ranks, how are you?
I feel great. I'm very excited for this episode.
I'm excited as well. We're doing a bit of a quiz, but before that, Paul and Eliot, how are you? Start with Paul.
Great. You're always here making me struggle with these trivia videos. So I'm hoping I can hang with the big boys now, you know. You really sprung this on me, so
I did. I didn't inform Paul of this ahead of time.
We will see what I know.
And Elliot?
I'm just downright terrified of what we're about to go through. It's hopefully not going to be too embarrassing.
Sounds good. Yeah, I have no clue how hard this is going to be. The quick rules of the game here are Ranks is going to, and he has been submitted quotes from our Discord channel, from people in our Discord channel. And he will present us with a quote, and Paul, Elliot, and I will have to place it. Name of the book that it's from, name of the chapter or chapter number that it's from, and who gave it and who received it. The first round, who gave it and received it, will be provided to us. The second round, for more points, we will have to include who gave it and who received it. So there'll be 2 points available per question for the first round, 4 points available per question for the second round, and then I will turn it over to Ranks. I believe you have a couple other surprises in there for us.
Yep, so for some of the questions, not all of them, you'll have the opportunity to get a bonus point based on additional trivia related to the quote. So those will be specialized questions. So you'll, in total, have the opportunity to gain 6 extra points that way.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah, there'll be 15 questions in total, 5 in the first round, 10 in the second round.
Sounds great.
And remind me again, what books is this all covering? So, like, what are our guess options for
anything the
locations?
podcast has covered? So we've got
Everything.
the 4 Stormlight books. Obviously, there's nothing from Rhythm of War beyond what you've covered.
Okay.
And then Warbreaker, and we've got all the stuff in Arcanum about it.
The Emperor's Soul,
Emperor's Soul, and
The Forest of Hell, one.
yeah,
Trevor
Edge
brought those
Dancer.
names. Edge
Dancer is the big one.
Dawn Shard.
Dawn Shard's not in there, but Dawn Shard is also covered. Yeah,
Okay.
as a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And of course, Mistborn, Elliot, because we've
I
been
got
reading
this.
that. Yeah.
Got it.
yeah, actually, most of these are from Mistborn, and
Yeah.
also Elantris.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sounds good. All right, ready when you are, Ranks. I'm nervous,
All
to
right,
be honest.
so I picked this one to start with, not just because I submitted it, but I feel like this is important advice. Whip gave it to Shalon, but I feel like he's also giving it to you guys. So here's the quote. Failure is the mark of a life well lived. In turn, the only way to live without failure is to be of no use to anyone. Trust me, I've practiced.
Gonna have to suffer through my bad handwriting. I'll do my best.
I'm going to keep a tally of style points if you can name the chapter.
I was thinking about that as well, but
Ah, yes, actually, I forgot to mention the extra point for this one is what is the name of the chapter.
Perfect, I already have it on my board.
wow.
I'm ready. Paul, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
We're flipping. The girl who stood up. Mine says chapter 89. It's flipped for me. So I can't see. So we all said
Yeah.
Oathbringer.
We all said Oathbringer. I said 68. You said 89. Elliot said 38. And I said
38.
The Girl Who Stood Up.
All right. So it was indeed Oathbringer, so you'll get a point for that. The chapter was 82. So congrats to Paul.
Dang it.
Whoa.
Oh.
Let's go.
And the chapter
See-
title was The Girl Who Stood Up. So
Okay.
point for that.
Okay.
Trevor gets the bonus point.
So keep track of your points on your own board if you could.
All right. Question 2. At some point, Kaladin said to Zeth, "You sent him to the sky to die, assassin. But the sky and the winds are mine. I claim them as I now claim your life." This was submitted by Kaiser, by the way.
How many chapters are in this book? That's a question.
That is a good question.
Yes, there are chapters in the book.
True.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm ready.
2, 1.
Ooh, really close on our chapter guesses.
Close chapter guesses, yeah.
I don't know.
So
if I'm gonna get this
it was indeed Words of Radiance. So
Okay.
Nice.
good job on that. The chapter was 85.
Ah,
Ooh,
dang it.
Elliot got it exactly. Nice.
Lucky
And
guess.
the chapter name was Swallowed by the Sky.
I should have known that.
Yeah,
It's
Trevor,
apt,
you really
given
should
the
have known
quote.
that. Sorry, this is trivia, not amateur hour, Trevor. Come
Yeah,
on.
my bad.
All right, question 3. This was submitted by Luminor, aka Dalton Jack. Dalton Jack actually submitted the entire full name of Rock and wanted me to say it in full every time, but that's not happening. Unless Paul wants to say it.
Yeah, what? You mean just Numahuku Makiani? Wait, sorry.
Oh.
Numahuku Makiaki Aina Lunamore.
Boo.
It's the first time. I'm sorry.
Right, so that is the
the
submitted.
courage. I'm sorry.
And here's this is said by Rock to Bridge 4. "You airsick fools is beautiful." And you can get an extra point if you can tell me what he is referring to that is beautiful.
So that's the entirety of it. That was like
Yeah.
4 words.
Fool is
I
beautiful.
believe it's 5 words, yes.
Okay, I'm ready. I changed my book answer through each and every book.
2, 1. Oh, the book.
Whoa,
The
we got
book
book
answers.
representation.
The book answers.
I thought the same thing as you, Trevor, on the item. By the way, I didn't write that, but so I don't get a point if that it is what it is.
So
but
I assume you can't get the chapter point if you didn't get the book right.
Correct.
Okay. So this was in Way of Kings.
Yes.
that was my first.
Chapter 40.
I will
The
take.
chapter name is Eyes of Red and Blue.
I will,
Did anyone guess the bonus point? I didn't see.
the razor for cutting his beard is my guess.
That is correct. A shaving razor.
I will take all 3 of my
Wow.
points. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yes.
There we go.
So Bridge 4
Whatever-
gets together and they buy a razor for him, and he runs off and shaves and comes back and gives everyone else a shave. It's a very emotional moment.
I'm glad I had kind of that scene going on in my head, but I could not tell you which book that was from.
I initially put Words of Radiance. I thought it was the beginning of Words of Radiance that he shaved his beard, but that's actually when they get their tattoos, and it's a different scene when he finally gets to shave his beard. It's while they're still bridgemen. So I went back to the Way of Kings.
I will say I wrote Way of Kings, and then Trevor looked like he was struggling to think of this one, so I was like, okay, it's not Way of Kings, because he knows Way of Kings way too well. And so I was like, maybe it was beginning of Words of Radiance, and then I was like, maybe it was Rhythm of War? I don't know anymore. And so
You tried to metagame it and you lost.
yeah,
All right.
I did.
Question 4. This was submitted by Phoenix. This was said by Adolin to Sadius. "My father thinks I'm a better man than he is. Unfortunately for you, he's wrong."
That's a good quote.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, we got some close guesses here.
2 chapter 88s.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so Words of Radiance is indeed correct. I was actually wondering if anyone would pick Oathbringer early chapters on that one, but you guys were all correct
this
there.
moment came as a huge shock at the end of a book. It's
Yeah,
imprinted in my mind.
That's
True.
true.
The chapter number was 89.
Yes.
So your 89.1 does win. Indeed.
Yes.
That's so close. I was hoping it'd be 88 and me and Elliot would both get a point because we both had exactly 88.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was close. That was really
The
close.
chapter name was The Four, in case you're wondering.
The 4.
The Four. Because there were the 4 Knights Radiant.
Oh yeah, they have that meeting in the top of your theory at the end.
Kaladin, Shallan, Dalinar, and Renarin. Renarin's like, oh, by the way, me too. This next one was submitted by Spunlines. This was said by Renarin to Wit, and the entire quote is nothing ridiculous. And you have a bonus point here. Why does he say this to Wit?
Not a clue. Not a clue on this one. Holy cow.
I think I know this one. I think I do.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
All right.
this says closed. By
But
the
what
way.
does
I
your
don't
what
think I
does
can
yours
read it.
say, Trevor?
Mine says something about light eyes.
Gotcha. Okay. So this was indeed the Way of Kings. So congrats, everyone gets a point for that.
Okay.
Okay.
It was chapter 15.
Not me.
Ooh,
Oh.
Elliot. Elliot's the
Ooh,
closest
Elliot.
There
there.
you go, Elliot. No
Is
one
this
gets the
like-
bonus point.
What are they talking about then?
Wit challenges him, can you speak, yet say nothing ridiculous?
Oh,
Ah.
I remember that now. Yep.
But
I was gonna
isn't that
say
like one of our earliest interactions with Wit?
that?
Yeah.
That's what I thought this was. That was my one hint. Was I thought this was like a random just Wit moment of being like messing with people, and it's like uncomfortable, normal Renarin early in the story.
I was gonna say this might be one of Renarin's first lines of dialogue.
I'm not sure if it is, but it might be. This is definitely at one of those parties. If you remember, Wit used to attend the parties, and he'd sit out
Mhm.
front and he'd just insult people as they
heckle
entered.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just got done insulting someone. I think maybe it was Sadius, but I'm not sure actually. Someone will have to correct me on that. But he had just gotten done insulting someone, and then the context was your father asked me to leave you alone, basically. So I will if you can speak and say nothing ridiculous. And he wins the argument there. So that was a pretty neat moment for Renarin.
Sounds good.
All right, are you guys ready for part 2? I no longer tell you who's speaking and who they're speaking to. You have to tell me that. But you get lots more points.
Sounds good.
Can we get a point update? What do y'all have?
I'm at 9.
6.
9, we've got 6.
You
Okay,
can
I have
see it.
5. Classic. This is the time to make comebacks. If you know one
Don't
of these
worry.
for points.
Lots of
I'm on
comeback
board.
potential here, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this next one was also submitted by Spunlines. The quote is, Almighty cast from heavens to dwell in our hearts. It is true. And you can get an extra point if you tell me what's true within this context.
Oh man.
If I'm right on this, then I go from last to first place. By the way,
These answers are gonna be so varied. It's gonna be nuts. All right.
I had
Remember what Wit told you about failure, and you'll be fine.
3,
exactly whatever
2,
he said about failure.
1.
Ooh, we've got a Way of Kings, a Warbreaker, and a Words of Radiance. All right. So, this was indeed the Way of Kings.
Uh-oh.
I lost.
The speaker. Sorry. Chapter number.
Elliot's
38.
100% correct. Dang it.
So, I mean, I guess you automatically get the point for that, Elliot, because you're the only one in the
All right.
book. The chapter name is Invisiger, and this was Teft talking to a semi-conscious Kaladin.
Dang it.
Yes. What was the chapter number? Just because I'm
Chapter
curious.
38.
Okay.
So Kaladin is recovering from being strung up. And so what was your
I don't think
extra
that-
point answer was Syl?
Yeah.
Give
I
it
was
to him.
trying to.
Give it to him.
Yeah.
I'll
Is that
take it.
5 points. Is that 5 points?
I think that the mostly correct answer would be something along the lines of Kaladin is indeed surge binding.
Right.
But Syl is close enough that
That is a scene I was thinking of. It popped into my head right at the end there, and I just scribbled it down really fast. Was when Teft had the realization of what Kaladin was. So how many points is that there? So I got the book and the
You get 4
speaker
points.
and the bonus point 4.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, you got
Oh no, 5 points
5.
actually.
Yeah, you got
Because
5.
you got
Yeah.
who was speaking and who was spoken to,
Yeah, you got the max points for this, for any question.
and then
5
the bonus
points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dang
there we
it!
go.
I thought it was a similar scene between Navani and Shallan when Shallan finally reveals herself to someone in the cart on the way out to the Shattered Plains, and Navani does her like, oh my gosh, you're light weaving, because she shows her, you know.
I think you mean Dalinar. But
Do I?
Shallan reveals herself to Dalinar, and there's a whole conversation that don't tell Navani.
Yeah, you're right.
My process of elimination there was I knew it had to be somebody religious because it's
Right.
like a religious exclamation. So I was trying to like tick down, what cultures are religious like that? What character do we have that would say something like that? And I finally realized that was Teft.
I thought he was going to throw us off with the book switch, and I thought I had it.
It was a
I
good
thought,
guess.
I thought it was
Trying to
Vivena
meta
or
again.
something. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, that's true. That's how I'm going to lose this meta. Well, that and I don't know. So those two go hand in hand.
No, you would have gotten 100. You would have gotten 5 points also had you
Exactly.
not
If it was
metagamed
Warbreaker.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
All right. Next question. We are on question 7. It looks like. Yeah. So this was submitted by John Valette, and I think I just give you the quote, right? So, I created you, Spearman. I forged you.
Ooh, this is a good one. I know exactly what this is. Great quote to pick out.
I agree. I think I know this one as well.
This may seem like a very obvious statement, but I'm either spot on or completely wrong.
I feel like that's how this game's going to go.
Yeah, you either get
I
0
just
or
had
5 points.
I just thought it was Warbreaker on the last one.
It happens. Recoverable.
Oathbringer. Amaram to Kaladin. Okay, so it's coming down to the chapter number here. So indeed, it was Oathbringer, and it was Amaram to Kaladin. It was chapter 120. The spear that would not break.
So Paul gets 4. The rest of us get 3.
I forget how many chapters there are in Oathbringer.
Yeah,
a lot.
122.
So many.
I should have known that as well. Nice job, Paul.
That was my one point of reference. I was like, I know it's near the end, and there's 122 chapters.
Question 8. I submitted this one. You don't have to smile. You don't have to talk. But if you're going to be miserable, you might as well do it with friends.
I think this is the one I'm most confident on, by the way. I think the only thing I don't know about this one is the title of the chapter, but thankfully I don't need to know that.
You don't need to know that one.
I'm second most confident on this one. The previous one, the Amram quote, I was really confident on. This one,
What am I forgetting? You guys are so confident on this one, and I have absolutely zero idea.
Nice.
2, 1.
Alrighty. We got a
That one
Warbreaker
guy.
quote. That one guy to the Vena. All right. Yeah, you're right. It was that one guy. No, I'm kidding.
Right?
Sorry. I'm sorry. It is from Rhythm of War, chapter 12, A Way to Help.
Oh, you had the exact chapter number.
Chapter
I
number.
was
Wow.
yeah.
I knew it was early in the book. It's when Adolin drags Kaladin to a bar because he's
Yep.
like, "You're not going to sit in
He
here and
gets-
mope around."
He gets honorably discharged by Dalinar. Kaladin is spiraling. Syl panics, goes to get Adolin. Adolin drags him out to go drinking.
I forget that Adolin's even in this book because we have not seen him for like 40 chapters.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. Not since chapter 12 or something, I guess.
Well, yeah, he got locked up in Lasting Integrity, and we haven't heard from him since.
This one's my favorite. All right. So, question 9. This was submitted by Kaiser. Run around in circles, squeaking as loudly as you can. Don't let anyone catch you. Oh, and destroy as much furniture as you can. And for an extra point, you can answer why this command was given.
I'm writing out a lot of words.
Yeah, me too.
3, 2,
I
1.
think I know what I'm gonna get wrong.
Warbreaker, edged answer, Warbreaker. All right. So it was indeed Warbreaker.
Okay.
The
It was
undead squirrel.
It was chapter 42.
Ah,
So it was
I
close there.
totally forgot the chapter.
You didn't even put a chapter.
Oops.
Apparently, I don't know if the chapters have names in Warbreaker, but
I don't-
was not submitted a chapter name.
I don't think they do. I said
Yeah.
43. I almost had it spot on.
And it was Light Song to Elucius the Squirrel. So if you just put squirrel, that's fine.
So I got the squirrel correct, but I thought it was Vasher. So that's
I
Well,
thought
you
it was
get a point
Vasher
for squirrel.
too.
is the squirrel undead?
Yeah, it's an undead
I did say
squirrel.
dead squirrel.
And then the reason why I put distract the guards.
What did you put? Distraction of some kind? So
Yeah,
actually, Light Song wanted to see Allmother, and she was refusing to see him. So he let loose this squirrel and made it as annoying as possible so that she would see him.
Yeah, I got that one wrong.
I thought you
You and I
guys
were
might guess
thinking the same
Vasher.
thing.
I
Yo,
figured
what?
you guys would guess Vasher if you even got it at all.
Yeah.
So I'm about in line with what I expected there.
I don't remember a squirrel at all. What I did this.
Apparently-
does
Do
not
you
ring
remember a bunch
bell.
of Warbreaker at all?
Apparently, there's
Period, is
two
the question.
squirrels. I didn't even. There's a.
Oh, no, it's the same squirrel, but Light Song discovers the squirrel. If you
Oh,
remember.
okay.
Vasher uses it first. And then...
Oh.
I just assumed since it was so ridiculous, it was a lift quote.
It's not a bad assumption.
I was like,
Now, had you put Shalon, I might have given you that point.
oh yes, that's true. Same character. Yeah.
I believe we're on chapter 10 now. Chapter 10. We're on question 10. That is not the answer to it.
Okay.
Chapter 10.
I just meant to say question 10. This was submitted by Ingun. 3 N's in that name. Being betrayed by someone you trust is painful beyond explanation, but that is never a reason to pretend it can't happen.
I need 1 second. I'm trying to remember a character name,
Me too.
but I think I have a good idea.
Ritson. That's her name. Ritson. Dang it.
That was the last thing I thought of. I literally wrote Sleepless Friend and then was like, I don't remember the protagonist's name.
All right, so this was indeed Dawn Shard, chapter 10. I promise I didn't accidentally read
Bingo!
chapter 10. This was question 10.
Oh my goodness.
So
Wow.
It was risen to Nickley. Nickley being the sleepless friend, yes.
Okay.
So Paul
So
gets.
you can get a
3.
point for sleepless friend.
Paul gets 3, and I
3.
get 2.
You get 2. I am proud I thought of that one. That one took me a while to think of.
I
That's
thought
a
I
tough
could
one.
not think of anything.
my first guess was an edge dancer quote. I thought that this would be somebody talking to Lift because she's super young, and so I thought it was gonna be like a don't
Mhm.
trust everybody type of thing. But then I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, there's an entire novella based on mutiny and don't trust people. I'll go to that one.
Yeah.
Question 11. I won't make policy decisions, and I'll avoid ordering the murder of any further groups of melodic children.
I don't know.
Oh, this was submitted by Matthew, by the way.
I don't know why, but this one, this scene lives vividly in my head, so well.
Which scene was it, Trevor?
That one.
Ugh.
I remember the scene, but I do not remember at all where this scene happens in the course of events.
I can understand that completely.
2, 1.
Ooh, okay. So this was indeed Oathbringer. It was Interlude 5, chapter 57.5, called Taravangian.
Wow, Paul gets that one.
Very nice. And it was Taravangian to Adrotagia.
Oh, so Elliot gets 2 points. He knew the
does.
scene, just the wrong book.
Yeah.
I said
I don't know.
I said Taravangian to what's her name in front of the children. Do I get a point for Adrotagia?
When you were thinking of what's her name, were you thinking of Adrotagia?
Yes.
Just be honest. Okay, then yes, you get the point.
I don't know why, but for some reason I was thinking that scene happened like later in early Rhythm of War.
I thought it happened in Words of Radiance, to be honest. So
It's not for a while that you finally get explanation on what's happening with Teravangian. Like,
yeah, it's true. It's much later than you expect.
yeah.
Well, I did not think this was Teravangian speaking, so
Oh, the melodic children
Glad
didn't give it away to you.
glad I got the. I'm glad I got the
Who did you
book.
guess? I didn't even see.
I had wit to Elokar.
Oh,
I thought it was a snarky. If I
goodness.
rule, I won't make any decisions or something.
Right.
where are we at on points now? I've got 18.
24.
I have 17.
Okay.
This is question 12, submitted by Jean Valette. I would have thought that Knights Radiant would be more majestic.
Two, one.
Hmm.
All three different answers.
Yes.
Three different books.
All right. Well, it is from Edge Dancer,
Yes.
chapter 20, but you just automatically get the point for being the only Edge Dancer. And it is the stump to lift. So I don't know if you swapped that.
I
or-
did. I had it backwards.
Weren't, weren't.
Did you intend to be the stump to lift, or
No, I meant it to
Okay.
be lift to
Lift to
the stump.
We'll,
It
we'll
seemed
give
like
you one.
something
We'll
lift
give you
would
one for
say.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm down for giving one.
Yeah, 1 point, half credit.
Yeah.
Actually, you got both wrong. I think that subtracts a point. I thought it was going to be Rissid making fun of Lopin or something. So
Yeah.
That was my
that's
Dawn
that's
shard.
a solid guess. I thought it was going to
What?
be like a flirty line between Adolin and Shalon, but
Mhm.
it was.
I thought it was Shalon to Kaladin was my first guess. In Words of Radiance or something, a snarky Shalon moment.
Yeah.
I was playing the multiple choice game. It's like, we haven't had letter E in a while. It's probably E. Edge Dancer. Yeah, it's got to be in there. So, okay. Yep.
Looking at your Scantrons, like, no way it can be 5 A's in a row, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Question 13. This is the only quote that was submitted by two different people. They didn't even know it. So this was submitted by both Ingun and Dalton Jack, aka Luminor. So the quote is, "I killed them all. Aren't you proud of me?"
If I get this one right, I think I just automatically win. Okay.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm right.
Sounds good.
But if I get
1,000
every
points.
aspect of it right, but not names, but like I can describe who they are. My answer is just depressing, so I'm sorry because I don't think it's right either. But I'm ready.
3 to 1.
Oh, Nightblood. Oh my goodness. This is Shadows of Silence in the Forest of Hell, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That's a solid guess.
that's a solid guess. Yeah, this is indeed Warbreaker. Chapter 0, the prologue,
Ah.
and it was Nightblood to Vasher.
Aha.
I thought it was after Nightblood gets thrown in the pond and he gets discovered.
I thought it was at the end where Nightblood like goes all crazy pants.
Oh yeah.
So how many points are you on, Trevor?
25.
I am also on 25.
Wow.
Ooh,
Ooh,
the
okay.
comeback.
Wow. I'm still
we-
at 17.
We have 2
Okay.
questions left, and one of them does include a bonus point. So,
All right.
in fact, it's this one. So, question 14 was submitted by Matthew. Honestly, Your Majesty, I preferred the Madman for company. And for an extra point, you can name the person they preferred the Madman to.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, we've got an Emperor's Soul guess. Okay.
I almost
That was my other guess.
I almost did it, but she's never talking to His Majesty except in like the very last chapter. So,
All right, so this was Words of Radiance.
okay.
It was Interlude 7, which is chapter 34.6, named Taln. And it was Borden to King Elokar.
And who's he?
And
And the bonus one?
So if you remember, Borden transported Taln from Alethkar to the Shattered Plains. Who
Mhm.
accompanied him? Wit accompanied him.
Oh,
Wit.
Wit. So Wit is
So
the bonus
he'd rather
point.
be Wit is the bonus point.
Ah.
Do I get a point for delivery guy?
Delivery guy, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Go
would.
ahead.
I would actually give that because
Because you were thinking of
You knew-
Borden.
you
when
I
you were
knew-
on
was.
delivery
I
guy.
was.
Yeah.
But who knows Borden?
Couldn't. So
I
I
did not have.
get Words
Chapter
of
book on my
Radiance, the
mind.
chapter I'm closer than Elliot is. I get delivery guy and Elokar.
Wow. Takes the lead. So I
No
still
bonus point, though.
get
You get
2
two.
there.
Yeah.
Yep, I got
I just
4.
thought it was funny that he preferred a madman to Wit.
Yeah.
A madman who only says one thing over and over again. You guys ready for the last question? Question 15.
I am.
Let's do it.
This was submitted by Wandering Shade. Good to see you again, my friend. You've had a hard time of it lately, haven't you?
I think I know this one. I've also thought that about several others. So take that with a grain of salt.
I have not even written down a single thing yet.
I really thought I knew, but then I'm kind of stumped because what I thought this was, I don't think has happened. So,
You imagined the scene?
mhm.
I feel like this is something like completely random, just like said offhand in passing that we would never guess, but it must have been picked for some reason, right?
Well,
Had to be significant. Or is
Do I say
Wandering
anything?
Shade just
Like-
like, I'm going to find the most obscure thing ever?
Just flip to a random page in a random book.
Yeah.
Oh, this line. No.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think all of the quotes picked were memorable for some reason.
I would
I
agree.
think it's fair to say that.
Yeah.
And this is no different.
Oh,
You just
okay.
need more context.
Right.
I need one more point to average 2 points per question.
I average over a point per question.
You guys did well.
I like
All right.
this format of trivia, by the way. Just saying that I like guessing the quotes.
This was really fun.
I'm
Okay.
completely wrong, but I'm ready.
3, 2,
Oh,
1.
go ahead. I feel like this was very recent on the podcast. I think we read this very recently.
All of you are incorrect. So this is in Oathbringer,
Oh,
That's what I changed from. Okay.
chapter 103. The chapter name is Hypocrite. And Noadon says this to Dalinar.
oh,
Oh, that's a good quote. That's a good quote.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't have had anything else.
It's a good
My
quote
best
to end
case-
with too, right?
My
Yeah.
best case scenario there was, I guess, the bonus, the free point for a chapter, but I really thought this was a Nightblood thing.
wait. Do
and
I get a
was like,
2
oh, yeah.
Dalinar point?
You get a 2 Dalinar point.
Yes, for 30
Ah.
points. So I knew it was somebody. So okay, I at least knew the context of this is somebody with higher knowledge talking to Dalinar, and he's had a rough time of it lately. I misplaced the book because I thought it was Wit to Dalinar out on the battlefield in Rhythm of War. I thought that Wit sees Dalinar as like, oh, good to see you again. I've heard you've been having a rough time, but okay. That makes me feel better. 2 points per question.
Are you interested in hearing any of the rejected quotes? Or
Sure.
Yes.
Give us
yeah.
a couple.
yeah, you may notice I didn't do anything from any of the short stories, and it's because they don't have chapters, and I didn't want to deal with that. So, but I didn't tell you guys that. So we did have a quote from Emperor's Soul, and it was, "I could still have you executed right now here." That was Frava de Shai. We had one from Shadows for Silence. Oh, sorry, I should say who submitted that. That was submitted by Ingun. We had some people submit like 10 quotes. I tried to fairly pick 2 from each person.
Mhm.
Shadows for Silence, we had a submission from Kaiser. The God Beyond sent us. It's part of the plan.
I probably would have got that one because
Really?
Not.
I would not have.
the gimme there is there are a very few planets that refer to God as the God Beyond, and it's like canonically there is a God Beyond, but very few planets know about it.
Okay.
These are
I would
also-
have probably just thrown a guess out there from Arcanum, Unbounded, or Warbreaker or something, but
Kaiser also submitted one from Six of the Dusk. Never move without asking yourself, is this too easy?
I would not have got that.
would have been so lost.
I think I might have got that one. At least
I
the
think
book.
that would have been tough, yeah. And again, these weren't rejected because they were bad. I had too many quotes and I needed to pick 15 of them. So I thought I'd pick ones that were more in your wheelhouses in terms of books you're more familiar with. So
Yeah,
There was a lot of good ones.
there were a lot of good ones. Thanks for
No way.
being our reader, Ranks. I know that's kind of a thankless
Yeah.
job.
I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have
And,
you participate on in a quiz at a future date and see if you
Ooh,
can beat us.
that's putting me on the spot. But yeah, maybe that would be fun. I'm also happy to host more quizzes. So.
Yeah. I like this format a lot. I did not succeed in victory, but I had a great time.
What was our
So-
final score?
Yeah, what was the final score?
I had 17.
And I had 27.
I had 30.
I did have 17 around the same time that y'all were at like
20s.
16, 18,
Yeah.
20,
Mhm.
and then I proceeded to not know 3 or 4 in a row. So
Yeah.
I had a tough ending there.
Right. Well, thanks for joining me, Elliot and Paul, and thanks for joining us for the first time Ranks. It was a pleasure.
Definitely. And until next time. See you.
See you guys.